What's going on, guys? I hope y'all having a wonderful morning. So just to piggyback yesterday, remember the four basics. Who do you listen to? Teachability index, training balance scale, and the four steps you go through with processing information. Four basic principles you apply through anything, every situation. It's beautiful. So another thing that I wanted to kind of piggyback on just a little bit was when he said the facts don't count. When your attitude is right, the facts don't count. What he means there is facts are only other people's opinions in most cases. I hope I don't torture the name, but I think he said it was Aristotle and Onassis. Like I said, you guys can get this on Your Wish Is Your Command. It is on YouTube. This is just the material that I go over and over, listen to over and over and over again. And I'm just giving you guys a thumbnail sketch of his thumbnail sketch, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But so when your attitude's right, the facts don't count. Aristotle and Onassis, after the war, there was a glut of ships. There was a whole ton of ships that people just didn't know what to do. You couldn't even sail ships. It was that many ships. So one thing that he was able to kind of tap into was he thought, well, hey, because throughout the war, people have been through Italy, people have been through different places, so they want these different type of foods. Italy wants American products, Americans want Italian products. So he said if shipping goes back to what it used to be, what it originally is, and because of the war, people are seeing, different cultures and things like that, they started bringing that back to the United States. So he said there's not going to be enough ships. There's not going to be enough ships for the amount of shipping that's going to be required because everybody wants all these different types of products from different countries. So he bought a shit ton of ships. When people were saying because of the war there was too many ships, they were saying it's just too much. But he was able to realize, hey, when we get back to normal, the shipping is going to be crazy. So that's why they say when your attitude is right, the facts don't count. So continuing. This is how to get to unconscious competence, which is repetition. How do you get to unconscious competence? Doing it over and over again at the conscious competence level. Create neural pathways, patterns, energy channels, knowledge bank, knowing this, internalized part of you. Don't have to think about it anymore. Observing someone else doing it, mentor, apprentice, learning from someone who's doing it right, success breeds success, associating with people who have what you want. What did you observe? So these are just telling you how you can get to unconscious competence. Like I said, man, I do this over and over and over and over and over again. Not only am I continuously listening to Your Wish Is Your Command, it's on audio. I listen to that over and over again, but also I read the material and I get the things that he will recommend, and I just continuously feed myself the law of attraction material. That's it. That's all, because it makes me happy. I enjoy not only understanding this knowledge, but I'm understanding me. How do I feel when I'm doing what I want and what I enjoy? So that's why he says you get around people who have what you want, because success breeds success. So the main reasons why people fail, they're listening to people that don't have what they want. They're allowing a teacher or allowing a professor or somebody to tell them how to go about their future or their dreams when they haven't achieved anything. They haven't. I'm not even gonna say they haven't achieved anything. They haven't achieved their dreams and desires. Because this is what this is about. I don't care if you apply this or not. Because if you continue to think like you've always thought, you're going to always get what you've always got. I'm applying it. I'm happy as hell. I'm working from home today. I'm taking the time to give you guys this information. About this, after this, I'm going to get some paperwork done. I'm in escrow, so I'm working. But this is what I do, and I'm happy as hell. I'm ecstatic. I'm happy, and I love doing this for you guys. So you can build as high as up as your foundation is deep. That's why the 4 basics are as important. And I'm just going to give you the 5th basic. What is the 5th basic principle? Is master the 4 basics. Come on, man. Master the 4 basics is because these are the wax on, wax off ingredients. Period. And you apply this to anything and you go like, damn, wait. So I don't have to listen to this whole conversation. I don't have to listen to these people because they don't have and aren't doing shit that I want. Cool. That makes it easier so I don't have to sit in bullshit ass conversations all the time. So remember, man, the foundation, you can only go as high as deep as the foundation. Ah, man, I love that. Whatever you want, you can manifest it in your life by giving the command. Every morning when I wake up, after I do my yoga, when I do my meditation, I do my gratitudes and everything, I speak into existence what I want. My mentor can speak to this. I was literally just telling him, bro, I just want a smooth deal. My first deal wasn't the easiest deal. Not because of the transaction, but because of the client that I had to deal with. Not saying she was an angry or frustrating person, but it was complicated. Certain paperwork needed to be signed. I was never late, but trying to get those things done and in a timely fashion, it was difficult. So I told my mentor, hey man, I just want an easy deal. I just want something that just is a smooth process. But I didn't put a time limit on things. I didn't worry. I was willing to accept if I have to deal with another hard deal. And like I said on Sunday, a few weeks ago, I was just sitting at home. Sitting at home watching football, man. The guy called me and said, hey, how's it going? I said, hey man, nothing, just watching my team. And he says, hey man, we in an urgent situation, just fell out of escrow. We need someone that can step in and get it done right away. I'm not going, of course, now I'm just going to say I'm in escrow. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how this universe is working for you to create what it is that you want. I'm so thankful that I'm not focused on my radar screen. I'm not focused, this person's not ready to buy yet. She said she gonna buy next year. That's cool. I'm still out here. I'm still working because it makes me happy. It makes me excited. Come on, man. That's how you manifest. You speak what you want into the atmosphere and you feel good about it. The power of repetition studies discipline. You need to know the 4 basic concepts to achieving success at the unconscious competence level. That's the 4th step to the 4 steps of processing information. Who do you listen to? Listen to people who have what you want. Teachability index. What is your willingness to learn? What are you willing to give up? What is your willingness to change? And what are you willing to do something completely different? Are you willing to do something completely different? You have to rate very high in both areas. Like I said, he's going to go over these 4 basics because everything always applies back to these 4 basics. Everything does. So let's just go over real quick again. Who do you listen to? Listen to the people who have what you want. Teachability index. What is your willingness to? It goes by two variables. What is your willingness to learn? What is your willingness to accept change? How do you know? How do you know what's your willingness to learn? What are you willing to give up? I sacrifice video games. I sacrifice bullshit time. I sacrifice anything that's not productive. Simple. So that's what I'm willing to give up to learn this information. I'm willing to give up everything extracurricular that's not productive to my business. What is your willingness to accept? What is your willingness to change? Are you willing to do something completely different? Yes, I am. Now that I understand, it pays the. It costs to be the boss. You got to pay the fee to get the things that you want, or to get in the positions that you want. So you have to rate very high in both these areas. You have to be a 10 on willingness to learn. You have to be a 10 on willingness to accept change. Because if you're not, 10 times 0 is 0. So you have a 0 teachability index. It's that simple. You got to be 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So I was saying, training balance scale. He's just going back over it. Now I said this is my favorite. Training balance scale, 2 sides, thoughts and actions. Thoughts are the most important. We're not going to forget that, right? Everything is a thought, man. If you always think about what you want, it has to come. It's just like gravity. You know if your ass jump off this building, what's going to happen? You ain't going to fly. You're going straight down. The 4 levels of learning. Unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, unconscious competence. Do things repeatedly over and over again. Observe and associate with people doing it, mimicking and modeling. Now you may not be around people that are physically doing it. That's why do the research. I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm looking at Grant Cardone. I'm looking at all tons of people that are fit. Grant Cardone is the biggest one because he's like the real estate dude. So, but you look at the people that are physically doing the things that you want, and you figure out how they got there. If you know them, cool. I'm blessed that I get to talk to my mentor every day. Hey, bro. So when you fill out this contract, how do should I bubble in this, or what do you fill out, or how do you say it correctly? Just simple things like that. Hey man, when you go to do your listings, are you creating a whole presentation, or do you just give them the spiel? And I have that. He gives me exactly what he does, and I don't care whether if I think it's it's something I can't do or not. He's doing it and it's working, so I'm gonna do it. Period. I do the uncomfortable shit. They got me out there shivering, putting out door knockers, like putting out my door hangers. Like, oh, I hope nobody, get upset, but you gotta focus on what you do want. I want them to know who I am. I want them to use me when they're looking for a realtor. Come on, man. Focus on what you do want, not what you don't. Jesus. Of course that happens right now. Okay. Kevin still has a mentor and is still an apprentice. One-on-one meetings, phone calls. How can you be an apprentice and observe from a book? Stories, the power of books is known. Read books based on your need and weakness. Oh man, come on. If you want to become a master, you have to be a master of the basics. The 4 basic concepts to achieving success are not as simple as you think. Master the basics. Focus on the fundamentals. I'm not afraid of the 10,000 strikes that you practice only once. I'm deathly afraid of the 1 strike that you practice 10,000 times. One of the things he talks about in Your Wish is Your Command is, just a long story short, he had a monk. He had a Buddhist monk, Kevin Trudeau, had a Buddhist monk come stay with him. And he says, Kevin Trudeau says to the monk, hey man, I want you to teach me all of the advanced Kung Fu. I want you to teach me the advanced material. And the guy says, okay. But I want to see, let me see your punch. Let me see your punch. And Kevin Trudeau says, like, man, I know how to throw a punch. I know how to throw a punch. But I want the advanced stuff. I want the special stuff that they don't show or they don't give you on these, in America. So the Buddhist monk said, okay, that's fine. But I want to see your punch. So in front of a candle flame, Kevin Trudeau throws a punch towards the candle flame. Of course, nothing happens. Just throws a punch at the candle flame. Cool. So the monk says, hey, well, I want to show you that was a nice punch. I want to show you a punch. So he says that the Buddhist monk was about 1.5 feet away from the candle flame. And when he threw a punch, he was 1.5 feet away from the candle flame, and he put the candle flame out with the one strike. What this story is basically saying is, I'm not afraid of the 10,000 strikes that you know that you've only practiced once. So you can know all this hoopla, but if I just hit you with one punch that I've practiced 10,000 times, so can you imagine the power of what you can do? That's why they say if you put in 10,000 hours, it's subconscious, you know it. Come on, man. This is your punch. Real estate is my punch. And I'm just going to keep jabbing your ass. But real estate is my punch. You got to find your punch. What you going to put out there that's going to give back into making money, in exchange for money. For me, I have my service. I'm here to go above and beyond and provide you in your best interest in any form of real estate. And I'm happy when I do it, and I get excited about doing it. So, like I said, man, this is your punch. The biggest secret is not that there are a lot of secrets, but only a few basic concepts. The key is to master them. When you stop learning about the basics, when you want to learn just a little bit more. Okay, that was a question. And this is what I really want to get into. Because this is my jizzam. You feel me? Look, man. This is what I was just talking about in the last video. Let's just go. I just want to read this again. The biggest secret is not that there are a lot of secrets, but only a few basic concepts. The key is to master the 4 basics. When to stop learning about the basics. So like I was saying, in the beginning of my other video was, when you understand these 4 basics and you know how to apply them in every situation, and you can say, I love this, and you want to learn just a little bit more, that's when you know you got it. That's when I know I was ready to teach it. I was ready to do this video because I'm always getting it. I'm always learning. I'm always wanting to know just a little bit more. Because when I start just thinking positive and I start controlling my thoughts and I start feeling great and happy about what I was doing and I start really following my passion and my dream, come on. I started, so that's what it was. I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked because I got so excited. oh man, so not only when I started controlling my thoughts, yada, 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 I started to look up, what is my body doing when I'm controlling my thoughts and I'm feeling happy? Dude, my posture's different. My strut is different. I'm happy. I'm always smiling. Sometimes I can't stop smiling. I be driving just in awe, in excitement, because I'm doing what I enjoy every day. So when you know you got it, you know when you understand is when you want to learn just a little bit more. I started, man, oh my God, like I started applying this with controlling my thoughts. Controlling my thoughts helped me want to just start eating healthy. It just started making me want to work out more. It started making me to just realize who I am, who I really am. And it's a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing. You start creating these bigger neural pathways, and you're gonna feel it. When something usually will frustrate you or make you upset, and you just say, I wonder what this universe is bringing to me because they tried to throw me off my boat. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know that the universe is testing you to see if this is going to cause a reaction to create a negative energy. But if you switch it and you bring a positive energy, something positive is going to come back to you because you stayed in that positive realm. For example, Kevin Trudeau talks about it. There was a dad. He said, I just want my son to live a long, healthy, and happy life. And in that same time, the son falls off a horse and breaks his leg. And the dad could have been like, what the heck? I have no luck. My son is hurt. Yada, yada, yada. But he didn't. He stayed happy. He stayed in what I call, or not what I call, but what it is an alpha frequency. So he stayed in that happy state. And then the next day, the army came and they said, we need to take all the sons, we need to take all the young boys to war. But his son couldn't go because his son broke his leg. Come on, man. This is basically just, when you're going through those secret societies and things like that, and they basically be on your toes for your mentor to quiz you so that you can move on to the next. So they may call you. He said he got calls at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, did you watch this seminar? Did you go to this thing? And you are supposed to be able to speak to what you observed and learned. So yeah. So I'm going to end it there. This is part 2. I'm going to end it there. All right? Because, look, man, this is the real meat to any form of success. Success isn't about money, man. Success isn't about money. It's about this happiness on this earth. No matter what you do, if you're happy, that's it. And if it just so happens that what you do makes you happy, makes you billions of dollars, so be it. So keep believing, keep achieving, man. And I promise you, these 4 basics right here is the key, is the meat. It's simply what it is to get you wherever it is that you want to go. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I love you, because I want you guys to do whatever it is that makes you happy. And I genuinely think this information will make the world a better place, as long as it's used for good. Because pretty much the people that control the monopolies, the food, the real estate, the oil, they're the ones who used it not gonna say incorrectly, but they're the ones left us sleep and work for them and labor for them to get them rich and have their desires, while we sit here and be misery. If having a regular job makes you happy and you love your job, that's okay. That's okay. But I think with this knowledge, man, we can really change the world and make a better place with just believing in your mind. All right, guys, until next time. Enjoy.